Good afternoon, Facebook followers. Brian Whitaker with St. Clair County Emergency Management. I'm here today to bring you the latest information we've received from the National Weather Service. As has been discussed for the last several days, severe storms are expected to impact St. Clair County later this afternoon. We had a conference call with National Weather Service and many other county and local partners here just a few minutes ago, and we're here now to bring you that latest information. So we'll talk a little bit about what has changed since yesterday. They're now saying that rather than this being a straight line of storms that moves through very quickly, they do expect that now it will be more individual storm cells, and that we will have several rounds of severe thunderstorms as we move through this process this afternoon. Rather than just one line, they do expect several rounds of severe thunderstorms here in St. Clair County, most likely between the 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock time frame, which is starting a little bit earlier than was expected yesterday. And what the National Weather Service stressed to us is they do have high confidence that we will experience severe storms here in St. Clair County. So what do those storms look like? They could be things of strong tornadoes, winds that are 70 miles an hour could have gusts up to 80 miles an hour. Large hail up to golf ball size.
Right, we just got an update on the hail size. It's now possibly baseball or larger.
Okay, and as we said, we bring you the latest information that's received to us. As we're doing this, we just received an update now that the hail size of this storm has been upgraded to where it could be baseball size hail or larger. So that kind of brings us into a new type of storm warning that was created by the National Weather Service back in 2021 that we utilize here in St. Clair County, and it's called a destructive storm warning. In the event they have a storm that is predicted to have 80-mile-an-hour winds or, baseball size hail or larger, a destructive storm warning will be issued, and that is done identical to the tornado warning. So in that, your cell phones would get activated, the outdoor warning sirens would get activated, and everyone should treat that type of storm just as you would react to a tornado warning that would be received. As we look at what this storm could produce this afternoon, here's the latest from the National Weather Service on their call today. For tornadoes, they're expecting that we could have some strong EF2 or larger tornadoes. And as you see, we're just one level below outbreak status. So again, they are expecting some tornadoes with this afternoon. Hail, scattered hail, and as we just let you know a few moments ago, it has now been upgraded to baseball size hail or larger. So again, something that is very concerning. And then when you see damaging winds, they're expecting that to be the most severe threat of this, is the damaging winds with wind gusts 70, and they did tell us on the call that we could expect some gusts to reach that 80 mile per hour level. So definitely something for us to be very concerned with as this storm is approaching. And it's approaching in a time when schools are letting out for the day, when people are trying to get home. So the best advice we can give you there is, if the storm is here, stay where you are. Stay sheltered. Take that extra time. Don't risk putting yourself on the roadway in the time that the storm is coming. Here is the tornado threat that they gave us. And as you see here, St. Clair County and really most of Illinois is in one of the highest threat levels for tornado threats. And as the National Weather Service explained to us, the moisture level on the east side of the Mississippi River here in Illinois is going to be stronger and then more indicative of producing some of those larger tornadoes that we do expect. When we talk about the categories of the severe thunderstorm, we've put the maps out there and the graphs out there. This one you see now, St. Clair County and most of the state of Illinois is now in that level 4, moderate, where widespread severe storms are likely. They'll be long-lived and they'll be intense. There have now been a couple of areas, one to our north up near Quincy, Illinois, Hannibal, Missouri, and to our south down towards the southern border in Kentucky, that have actually just been upgraded by the Storm Prediction Center to that level 5, the highest category possible. St. Clair County will remain at a level 4, but that is a significant threat to the residents and stuff here in St. Clair County. We want to talk a little bit about what the difference is between the forecast, the watch, the warning. So we're going over what the National Weather Service has forecast. To this moment, no watches have been issued yet, but we do anticipate, based on our call with the National Weather Service, that there will be some severe thunderstorm watches and tornado watches that could come out this afternoon, which means the conditions are favorable for severe weather. Stay informed, be prepared to act if that warning is issued. And then if and when the warning is issued, take shelter. Do what they're telling you at that moment. For a tornado, make sure your family members know what they're doing, where they're going. Have an emergency kit available. If you're at work or school, know what your disaster plan is there, because these things can pop up at a moment's notice, and we really need to do everything we can to be prepared. Make sure you have ways to be notified of those additional warnings, and we have very many ways here in St. Clair County. You can follow your local media source. There are the National Weather Service who will send alerts to your cell phone. You can sign up for St. Clair County's Code Red weather alerts by visiting alertstclair.com, and that will get you signed up to receive the weather alerts that we have in St. Clair County. Have a weather alert radio inside your home that could go off and let you know of any of those watches or warnings. And then we have the outdoor warning sirens. And again, those sirens are meant to be heard outdoors. They're not meant to be heard inside residences. They're not meant for those type of warnings. They're meant for people who are outdoors to hear them so they can respond and heed warning. We'll look and see if any of the questions that we've had come through here. Had some comments that some feel the storm might break up when it hits the river. If it does, that's great news for here in St. Clair County. We don't want a storm to go anywhere, but obviously if the storms would break up and we not have that significant of an impact, that would be a great thing. But all we can do is make sure to tell everyone to be prepared. Have your plan, exercise your plan, stay tuned to your weather services, stay tuned to the National Weather Service, to your local media, and get that latest information. And then if and when it does happen, be prepared, be ready to act. We'll continue monitoring this throughout the afternoon. The 911 centers in St. Clair County have increased their staffing to make sure they're prepared to handle an influx of calls in the event we do receive that severe weather. We've worked with the National Weather Service. We have a conference call with the state emergency management this afternoon to make sure all the emergency management agencies are prepared in the event any assistance would be needed. We've worked with all of our local police and fire departments, the municipalities, the city leaders, to make sure they have all the latest information. And at this point, it's for you to work and make sure you understand what your plan is and how you would react in the event that one of these severe storms does strike St. Clair County. We'll continue monitoring this throughout the afternoon, and we'll bring you any additional information that's made available to us. We thank you for following and hope everybody has a safe afternoon.